Well, I can tell you this much, we the people. This is gonna be the only time you hear me laugh throughout this video. But let's just take a look at a few things first. So, I decided to do my own research into the different social media pages of Collier County Sheriff's Office in Florida. I kid you not, we the people, in every single one that I looked at, whether that's Facebook, X, or Instagram, they have disabled comments on everything. You can't even submit a review against them on Google. Oh wow, you might be saying. Wow, would a great sheriff's office like this try to mute their stuff, huh? Well...
Open the door.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a warrant? Do you have a warrant? Do you have a warrant?
Yeah, safe to say there's a really good reason today why I'm wearing a tank top. It's so that I don't overheat from the absolute rage that I feel toward these scumbag deputies. So we obviously know who the perpetrators are in this situation, but the primary perpetrator of them all is so-called Corporal Pagliari, with the victims, as you're going to see, being the wife and husband of this Back the Blue family, or at least they used to be Back the Blue, their names being Lauren and Joe. On New Year's Day of 2025, the Collier County Sheriff's Office was called to a verbal dispute that could have turned into an assault. They of course speak with the party that called, and they try to explain their side of the story, and that's not really the most important part of the situation here. What's important in this is what those deputies proceed to say before going up in the building and victimizing the other family.
Okay, I understand. I'm not saying that he didn't.
They held him back.
What we're explaining is, in order for us to do an investigation, right, he would need to press charges, okay? And then, at this point, if he wants to answer the door, he doesn't even have to answer the door.
You know, I really wish that Lauren and Joe's family would have done what these cops were saying here, which is to not open the door for them. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. I don't care if you're Back the Blue or whatever. Never, and I mean never, open your door for the police, short of them having a court-issued warrant for your arrest. You're going to see exactly why I say this here in a moment, but before we play for you more of this footage, where they go up several floors to victimize this entire family, all I have to say is viewer discretion is advised.
It's the sheriff's office.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, sir? Gotta talk to both of you guys. Yep. Step up. Okay.
I don't know, guys.
You as well. Thank you. You guys can stay inside. Don't obstruct. That's my suggestion. Thank you. Okay.
So right now, I'm just letting you guys know, right now you guys are being detained, okay?
Detained?
Yes.
Yes, for battery. So we're gonna ask you. Okay. Just be honest with us. What happened?
Okay, I don't know.
And there's cameras here. My suggestion is
let me
to
give
be
a breath
truthful.
and I'll do it. We're walking back to our party.
I don't want his statement to be monitored.
All right.
Yeah.
Sir, can you just step over here?
Yeah.
Do you have ID on you?
Yeah, I do.
Just get his ID. Pags. His name and date of birth and we'll get it. No, you can just hold on.
Open the door.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a warrant? Do you have a warrant? Do you have a warrant?
For obvious reasons, as much as I would love to show this part of the video, we unfortunately can't. But Pagliari, the main perpetrator of this situation, decides to brutalize Lauren, the mother of that family. Now you're going to hear him later on in the video say that she slammed the door against him, but let's take a look at this from the perspective of that Ring doorbell. As we play this for you in slow motion, you can clearly see that when she opened the door, she had an inkling that Pagliari was literally right next to it, and he put his arm up to block it. And she didn't slam the door into his arm, more like bumped into it at best. You'll even hear him say that she did this 3 times before he decided to break her face and take her to the ground. Because obviously we all know that cops are legally allowed to lie to the people. And not only that, everybody, but the very same deputy proceeds to pull out his taser and threaten the entire family if they step foot outside of their apartment. But then we get the second victim of this situation, the husband, his name being Joe. Reasonably, of course, he is very concerned for his wife, and he gets irate when he discovers what those scumbag cops did to her. And even though he has every right to be upset by what these scumbags did, this is what they decided to do to him.
I live here.
She's fucking bleeding for God's sake. That's my wife.
You have no rights over
That's my
me.
fucking wife. Brother, you better put this down.
No.
All right, whatever you want to do. Stop.
We're only going to play that first punch for you right there for the sake of this video not getting taken down, because we want this to go as viral as possible, and we want nothing getting in its way. That being said, several deputies yank this man out of his apartment, and Pagliari gets on top of him and slams him in the head 7 times, knocking him unconscious and breaking his face as well, along with going back into that apartment to chase Lauren in there and drag her out on her stomach. And even though we have clear-cut evidence of the police brutality that was displayed here, and even though the daughter of that family shows 2 cops, including the supervisor in that situation, the literal evidence of the police brutality taking place, Pagliari still proceeds to tell straight, bold-faced lies to his fellow peers.
So, when I was talking to him,
Yeah, bullshit.
she knew I was standing in front of the door. She opens it, slams it against me. And I grabbed the door, I said, get back inside. I'm talking to him. And she slams it against me. Come outside. I think she did it 3 times. So I was like, that's it. I just pulled her out.
Battery on Leo?
Huh?
You have battery on Leo for her?
Yeah, battery on Leo. Yeah. So you're under arrest for battery on Leo. Slamming the door on me.
Oh, yeah.
He's going obstruction, resisting.
I'm resisting. What are we doing?
These 2, they were just yelling.
What's the name of this parents, sir?
Get my phone.
You alright?
And what's more is that throughout multiple instances in this body cam footage, it gets muted, which indicates a whole heaping pile of cover-up. And to add a cherry on top, this is what the mother had to say when she was put in the back of that police cruiser.
We are so back to blue. This tonight makes me understand why people hate this job for you guys.
Like I said before, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. If you are someone who backs the blue, you need to take down your flag immediately. I'm only asking you to, I'm not making any demands, but if this video doesn't convince you that Back the Blue is a scam, then I simply don't know what will. I don't know, maybe the police brutality against Carolina and Fort Worth? Maybe the murder of Daniel Shaver? Maybe the murder of Chase Allen? How about the murder of Sonia Massey? Or what Tom Everett did to his victim in Somerville, Indiana? I could go on and on and on. And don't act like this is the first time that Collier County, Florida has ever been involved in some kind of scandal like this. According to Naples Daily News, Morales, 37, was shot dead by one of the deputies of the Collier County Sheriff's Office and mauled by one of their canine dogs. An internal investigation cleared the responding officers, and the state's attorney's office ruled the shooting justified. His son was among the nearly 20 attendees meeting at the federal courthouse in downtown Fort Myers on Thursday to announce the civil lawsuit. And it even goes on to say, the 78-page complaint alleges Rambosk, the sheriff of Collier County, perpetuated a culture of violence and impunity within the sheriff's office, failing to discipline officers who needlessly beat, tase, and shoot civilians. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? If I'm being honest, I'm shocked that Pagliari wasn't involved in this one. So yeah, safe to say that Collier County Sheriff's Office is no stranger to murder. And I have a feeling that Pagliari himself was just one punch away from being a murderer himself. I really hope that this family files a 1983 against these scumbag cops, and although they've blocked comments on literally everything, we're still going to leave contact information down below to their sheriff's office for all of you to hold accountable. Make sure to be as respectful as can be when you redress your grievances, but make sure to encourage them to arrest and charge Pagliari for aggravated assault and kidnapping. And just like the acronym of our channel says, let them hear our roar. Situations like this, we the people, are exactly why you need an attorney at your side at all times, because if you don't, best case scenario, especially when it comes to cops like these, you're gonna be put through hell. So make sure you check out the link in the description and the pinned comment to Attorney Shield, or you can take a look at the QR code on the screen. If you were to use our promo code of ROR1776, you could get your first purchase 10% off. That way you can more easily have yourselves an attorney on speed dial to better protect yourselves from scumbag cops like these. That being said, we the people, thank you once again for tuning in. This was a really tough video for me to do, but please make sure you never stop loving the good old Constitution.